Okay, Hello. First and foremost, thank you all so much for your patience. We apologize for taking longer in executive session than we thought we would.
Look,
You can't. It's on though.
Maybe that was not working.
Is that better?
Yep.
yes.
Okay, great. Well, I apologized, and now I apologize again. So I apologize for us being late. I appreciate your patience. Our executive session took longer than we thought. I'm going to call our action meeting for March 25th to order. Please rise if you're not already for the pledge. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Ms. Macro, roll call.
Mr. Devin Adams is not here with us this evening. Dr. Anderson?
Here.
Ms. Arendt?
Here.
Mr. Caligari?
Here.
Ms. Chudderwitz?
Here.
Dr. Richardson?
Here.
Mr. Sokolsky?
Here.
Mrs. Stepnick?
Here.
Mr. Stropke?
Here.
And Student Representative Mr. Drew Thacker?
Here.
The board met in executive session on March 25th, 2025 to discuss matters of litigation, safety, personnel, and real estate. Recommend approval of the following minutes as listed below. Could I have a motion?
I'll make that motion.
I'll second.
All those in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Okay. Any abstentions? Okay. We're going to move through, and I know we're in a little bit of a hurry here for recognition, so Ms. Macro.
We're going to go slightly out of order because we have a young man in the audience that needs to get to a varsity lacrosse game. So, Mr. Bachman, we're going to ask you to go first, please.
Riley even came in with the cleats on. All right, we'll do this. As typical, our students that attend Forbes Road CTC do an absolutely excellent job. This evening, we're here to recognize a few of those individuals. I'd like to start with our 2025 National Technical Honor Society inductees, and I believe two of them are with us this evening. Lalani Nichols, Caitlin O'Connell, and Miley O'Toole. Please come on up. Also, we had several students participate in Skills USA and place in each one of those events. With us this evening are Cheyenne Nizer, Connor Riley, and Isabella Maglione. Would you guys please come up? Three of the four of these students are seniors, and I know that you guys certainly like to hear what their plans are for next year. But congratulations to you four, and best of luck tonight to you.
Yeah, so we'll have each of the seniors step up to the podium. Just let us know your plans after high school, and then when you're all finished, if we could get a photo.
I'm just continuing in Cosmo and working in the salon.
Awesome.
Nice.
Thank you.
I'll be attending Carlow University for nursing.
I'll be attending CCAC for my mechanics license.
So we're going to have each of the Forbes students step over to the backdrop for a photo opportunity. If any of the parents want to take a photo of their kids while they're at the backdrop, you're welcome to do that at this time.
Plum?
While we're getting ready for our next recognitions, just to let you guys know, we appreciate you staying for all the students' recognitions, except for Connor, he can go to his game. But aside from that, just so each student has their due and gets their special time and recognition. And then I promise you at the end, we will give you an opportunity. If you'd like to stay, you're more than welcome, but if you'd like to go before the meeting starts, you're welcome to do that as well. So appreciate your patience as we get through taking pictures and recognizing each group. Ms. Macro, do you want to move on to the next one?
So next we have Performing Arts from Holiday Park. We're going to ask that Mrs. Boyle and Mrs. March join us at the podium, please.
Hi, good evening. I'm Jane Boyle. I'm the choir director at Holiday Park. I'm here to recognize our 2025 Sing Fest students. So on February 21st, we held our Elementary Sing Fest Festival for PMEA. It was hosted here at Plum Borough, and so we were very fortunate enough to have 11 students that were selected to participate in this festival this year. They were selected from over 140 students overall participated. They were selected from hundreds of applicants that come in, so their hard work and dedication and their musical aptitude is certainly on display here tonight. We are very proud of these students. Our guest conductor for that event was Dr. Mark A. Boyle from Seton Hill University, and he brought a wealth of knowledge to our students. They enjoyed learning from him and experiencing all that there is to being a part of an honor choir that day. We appreciate these students for their leadership and their dedication and their talents that they bring to us at Holiday Park. And through the application process, it really highlights their special aptitude for music. And so we wholeheartedly thank both administrators and the school board for your ongoing support of their endeavors in this type of way. This honor choir is a very special day for these students, and I think they can all attest to the excitement and the just overall overwhelming positivity that came from them participating that day. So there are 9 students here that participated in SingFest, and so I'd like to call their names. When you hear your name, please come up and get your certificate. Kira Barbucio Hayden. Chloe Bayless. Gabriella Darnell. Sarah Diano. Caitlin Horvath. Aubrey Jankowski. Eliana Rowland. Sloan Tiska. And Antonia White. Congratulations to these students. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
And Mrs. Boyle and your group, if you want to go head over to the backdrop, we'd love to get a group photo of you, please. And parents, if you'd like to take a photo.
I'll let them move.
Okay, thank you, Mrs. Martz, for waiting.
Good evening. My name is Megan Martz, and I'm the elementary string teacher here at Plum. I teach at O Block and Pivot, and as well as Holiday Park Intermediate. The students this evening are from Holiday Park Intermediate, and I am so incredibly proud of them. Mrs. Boyle and I decided to take on quite the task of hosting back-to-back festivals, and we couldn't have done it without one another, that is certainly for sure, and the rest of all of the music department and our wonderful high school administration who stepped in and helped with so many things. We are so grateful for them. On February 28th, 9 students from Holiday Park participated in the PMEA Elementary String Fest. We had the honor of hosting this festival here at Plum. This one-day festival brought over 140 students from over 52 schools in Allegheny and Westmoreland counties. Our guest conductor was Dr. Melinda Crawford from Westminster College. We are so incredibly proud of our students who performed this extremely difficult concert. The repertoire was probably of late junior high, early high school repertoire, and they handled it, and we're so excited to get started and learn this new music. We appreciate their leadership, their dedication to learning their music and getting better at their instruments, and all of their unending hard work. Our district administrators and school board members have shown absolute unwavering support for the performing arts. We are so grateful to be a part of such a thriving program and a district that appreciates all the hard work that we put in. At this time, I would like to recognize our elementary string press participants who are here this evening. Okay. First, left this evening. Natalie Dever. Joshua George. These 2 students performed on cello. All right, and Miss Aubrey Jankowski on viola. I must note that Miss Aubrey participated in Sing Fest and String Fest week to week, and she did both and learned tons of music that was really difficult, and I'm so impressed and proud. Swarni McCaffrey, violin. Marina Klippa, violin. Dempsey Littleman, violin. And that is all for this evening. Again, thank you so much for your support. It was so exciting to host such a festival. It's a great honor to have that in PMEA, and even more of an honor to have such a district who is so supportive. Thanks.
You're welcome.
Okay, next we're going to ask Mr. Drew Carpin to come up representing the athletics department.
Shall we? Okay. Good evening. As the winter sports season has concluded, we'd like to start taking a look at the recognitions for them. Tonight we have basketball and wrestling. First, for the girls' basketball, neither one that we are recognized were able to make it, so I just want to briefly congratulate them. Tamia West, the sophomore, made first team Big 56 All-Section and was honored at the Big 56 banquet a couple weeks ago. And Riley Stevens, a junior, who made the second team Big 56 All-Section. For the others, starting with boys' basketball, I'd like to call up Coach Dave Puchka to discuss the recognitions for his team.
Good evening, and thank you for this opportunity to speak about my basketball team here. Though we came up short of achieving our goal of getting into the postseason, I'm very proud of their accomplishments. First, this team helped to establish an off-season that included open gyms, summer and fall leagues through the Pittsburgh Basketball Club, which I think is the most competitive in the Pittsburgh area, and attended shootouts at local universities like La Roche. Building and growing in the off-season now is not just a bonus, but an expectation thanks to this team. Next, they accepted the increase in level of competition. Of our 10 non-section games, 8 of the teams that we faced were playoff teams in their respective classifications, including one being the eventual 2025 5A WPIL champions. We were only down single digits in the fourth quarter of that game. Of the games we didn't win, we were competitive in every one of them. In section play, 2 of our section losses were by a total of 3 points, one being an overtime loss on the road at Hampton. We were literally just short of making the postseason by a few points. A few season highlights included non-section wins against Freeport, Highlands, Bethel Park, and the defending WPL champions, Deer Lakes. Our section highlights include wins against Hampton, Indiana, and sweeping Armstrong on our senior night, and playing meaningful basketball in February. 3 goals that I have for our program are being competitive every year, accepting challenges, and collectively building a legacy of greatness. And I believe these goals were met by this group this year, and I couldn't imagine trying to accomplish those goals without the 2 players that we're here to recognize tonight. First is a multi-year starter. He started all 22 games for us this year, was named the captain, averaged 14 points a game for us this season, and finished his high school career with 723 points, was named second team all-section, earned honor roll status in the classroom while competing this year, which I'm most proud of, and has plans to continue playing in college. Will Beckner. My point guard. Next is another multi-year starter. He started all the games that he played in this season, was also named the captain, averaged 17 points a game and finished with 893 total points, just shy of 1,000. Was named first team all-section, earned the All-Scholar Award in the classroom while competing this year, and he also plans to continue playing in college. That's Max Grice. Max is at volleyball tonight, so he can't attend. Thank you, guys.
Thank you. You gotta tell us what you're doing next year.
I'm going into St. Vincent to major in finance and continue playing basketball.
All right, next, to start off wrestling, I would like to introduce, for the girls wrestling team, head coach Dave Miller.
Hello, my name is Dave Miller. I've been the wrestling coach here for 30 years. That's how long we've had the girls program. The first year we started the program, we only had about 60 matches total for the year. Last year we had about 180 matches. This year we had over 200. So it's growing, and we're getting more girls involved. I try to recruit some elementary girls earlier. It is growing, and I'm having a lot of fun doing it. This year we wrestled in a total of 9 tournaments, six for during the season and three postseason tournaments. I have with me tonight a 10th grader and 2 11th graders, so they'll all be back next year. So that's a real positive thing. First up is Addison Clausen. She placed at 6 of the tournaments she wrestled this year. She did a great job. Can't wait to have her back next year, and she placed 4th at the Keystone State for 16 and under. Good job. why not? Next up is Sophia Davis. Sophia placed, she couldn't wrestle in the first 3 tournaments this year because she had a concussion. But once she started, she placed in every other tournament this year, and she placed 7th at states. She did a great job. And last but not least is Elena Clausen. Elena placed at every single tournament we wrestled in this year, and she placed 2nd in the state. So they all did a great job. Can't wait to see what they do next year, and I imagine all 3 of them will wrestle after high school. Thanks a bunch.
Thank you.
You have any questions for them?
Nope, they're not graduating yet, so next year, 2 of you are on the hook.
And last, for boys wrestling, head coach Mike Supek.
Good evening, school board, administrators, faculty, parents, and honored guests. It is my privilege to stand before you tonight to recognize the outstanding achievements of our young students. These young men and women have demonstrated dedication, perseverance, and sportsmanship, making our school community proud. We would like tonight to celebrate their hard work and accomplishments. And for wrestling, we have 5 wrestling members that qualified for the Whitfield District Championships. 4 of which, it's also the Virginia Beach National Duels this weekend, and this is the last practice to cut weight before they leave. So it started at 7. So, all right. So we had Owen Campbell, who's 30. He's a junior. He was 33 and 11 this year. He finished at the Western Regional qualifiers, a couple wins away from making it to states. Next, we had Frank Gruzulis, who's also a junior. He finished 28 and 11, and he finished as his 2nd time qualifying for the district qualifiers for the regionals. Both guys are members of the PA Wrestling Coaches All-Academic Team. Next, we had 2 seniors, Trent Reese, who was 30 and 15. He finished also at the WPI All-District, the district championships. He's going to be continuing his career at UNC Pembroke. Julian Sapeliak, who's a senior, he finished 33 and 9, and he also qualified for the Whitfield qualifier at Kenner McMillan. Finally, we have a junior. His name is Doug Harchek. He's 18 and 17 this year. This is his first full year of starting the whole time, and he showed so much improvement, and he was our final qualifier for the Whitfield District team. Thank you.
Okay, so we'll do one more round of photos there, and parents and students who are being recognized, thank you so much for attending tonight. If you are not planning to stay for the entire meeting, you're welcome to leave at this time.
Now we'll do citizens' comments. Ms. Macro.
If there's anybody in the audience that would like to make a comment at this time, we ask you to step to the podium one at a time, state your name, your residency within Plum, and you'll be provided 3 minutes to speak to the board. Just a reminder, this is a time to share your concerns, comments, ideas, as opposed to a time where you have a question and answer session with the board. I will put a timer on the monitor so you can keep track, but I'll also give you a 30-second warning when your time is coming to a close. Whenever you're finished, I just ask that you step to the clipboard here at the end of the table and write your name there so I spell it correctly in the minutes. If there's anybody that would like to speak at this time, you may step forward. Back to you, Dr. Anderson.
Okay. The President's report. I will apologize if I cough 100 times through this, and I'll try not to. Okay, first and foremost, it's awesome to see so many of our students being recognized for their excellence, and wonderful to hear about future plans for our seniors. Congratulations to both the students being recognized and their families. As we head into warmer weather, our musical is in its final stages of preparation. Our spring sports have begun. The third 9 weeks has ended, and our teachers and students are continuing to finish strong as state testing keystones and end-of-year exams and projects are coming to the fore. Tonight we'll be passing several items of note. Our staff continues to receive donations to support classroom instruction and promote healthy habits in our buildings, and we will happily accept these this evening. We will approve funding to support our students' participation and performances in chorus festivals, orchestra competitions, and the Technology Student Association. We will renew contracts supporting kindergarten programming, college and high school course offerings, and summer program support for our students. We will also accept a confidentiality agreement for the new Chill Mobile project sponsored by AHN that will start in 25-26. We will approve our proposed budget support of the Allegheny County Intermediate Unit, recognizing that final withholding numbers will be determined in July of this year. The Plum Borough School District is grateful for the relationship that we have with the Plum Borough Police Department. The work that the Plum Police Force and our school police force officers do to maintain safety in our district is amazing. The public doesn't get to see many of these pieces, but know that these two groups are working diligently to keep our students and staff safe each and every day. Tonight we will renew our MOU for services and support across the two organizations. Our capital improvements and building maintenance work continues. Tonight we will approve repairs on the indoor swimming pool, the bus garage, roof replacements at the high school, glycol upgrades for the hot water systems at Pittsburgh and Holiday Park, and testing on the high school transformers. Our capital projects continue, and tonight we will vote to establish a relationship with Eccles Construction Management Services for both the middle school and O-Block Elementary projects, and we will approve the construction phase contract with HDG Architects. On that topic, a reminder to our citizens and board members, on April 16th, we will be hosting a special discussion meeting where HDG will present detailed coverage of the projects. If you are unable to attend the following day, a portion of our website will be dedicated to sharing this with the public on an ongoing basis. As always, we have several adjustments in personnel, unfortunate resignations, and excited to onboard new transportation drivers, food service workers, and coaches. And lastly, in policy, we will make revisions to the first aid standing orders policy. Hold on one second. I want to talk about Mr. Adams, and I don't want to do it coughing. Lastly, we are saddened to accept the resignation of a tremendous board member this evening. Mr. Devin Adams has moved outside of the district, which makes him unable to serve as a school board member. Mr. Adams has served on the board for over 3 years. He has been a wealth of knowledge in the areas of safety and operations during his time on the board. This past year, Devin served on board leadership as vice president. It was an absolute pleasure to serve alongside him. We had many conversations where he was a steady support in determining the best path forward. His presence on this board will be missed. Mr. Adams, if you are listening this evening, it sounds like I'm all choked up about him leaving. We thank you for your service to this district and the students, staff, and taxpayers. To this end, in a few minutes, we will be detailing for the public the process of filling the board vacancy. This will be a 30-day process that begins with the receipt and acceptance of Mr. Adams' resignation and ends with this board voting on a new member and swearing them into their role, and them being sworn into their role. Mr. Dice, Mr. Walsh, and I will give more detail on this process in a few minutes. Although this is an action meeting, the board will have an opportunity to discuss and ask questions during this time. Most important for the public to note, we are looking for interested citizens who would like to serve alongside the 8 of us. Tomorrow, an advertisement will be placed in the local newspapers, and Mrs. Macro has hard copies available here tonight for any interested citizens. Thankfully, Dr. Walsh, on to you.
Every time you cough, I want to slide a little
Hence why I didn't come a couple weeks ago.
Thank you, Dr. Anderson.
I have it.
Last week marked the official arrival of spring, as well as the beginning of the 4th 9-week grading period. It is a season of growth, with new life emerging all around us. This energy, I believe, is also mirrored in all of our school buildings. Our students are mastering new skills, such as with weekly time at Spectrum Fudge developing career-ready skills, or in the weight room with the new strengthening program for our middle school athletes, which will be expanded to include all students in the coming weeks. Our students are also, now you got me coughing. Our students are also empowering one another. This is displayed as our high school students who are part of the Future Educators of America visited Pittsburgh Elementary, sharing learning activities and reading to their young peers. The work of our students is being recognized. Plum students are earning accolades, from placing first in the Mr. President competition to achieving National Merit Scholarship finalist status. Drew, congratulations. 3 of our students were recently inducted, as everybody's seen this evening, in the National Technical Honor Society, reflecting the exemplary performance at Forbes Road Technical and Career Center. I'd like to end with a special thanks to our community. Our community continues to come together to support our students, such as gathering to play bingo while benefiting Best Buddies programs, or braving icy waters to fund Special Olympics through the Polar Plunge. We know that our students are more successful when our families and communities are engaged, and I am deeply proud of how our community rallies to support our students. Thank you, Dr. Anderson. That's all I have.
Thank you. Mr. Thakkar, Student Representatives Report.
Firstly, congratulations to everyone recognized today, and thank you for the little shout out. I wanted to start off my report today with talking about the musical. So as Dr. Anderson said, this year's musical is going to be yet another year of success. I've heard that there's not only a good cast of actors and actresses, but there's also a great support crew. Stage crew and everyone else involved with the production of the show has been working hard over the last few weeks to give you a show from next Thursday to Saturday, 7 p.m. every single day. So if you guys have a chance to visit any of these days, please go watch the amazing show and support our students at the high school. Next, with spring sports beginning in full swing, there have been some recent events, such as a track and field meet just earlier today. I do not know if it is over yet, but if it is, you guys should look at the score. While sports are just beginning, we have already seen great achievements and wins. A great example of this is our Special Olympics basketball team. Earlier this month, 5 students participated in a 3-on-3 basketball tournament. These students were coached by Jackson Lake and Anthony Jump, 2 seniors here at Plum Senior High School, who volunteered their time and helped coach these students. The effort of our faculty, Jackson and Anthony, and most importantly, the 5 students who participated is truly undeniable. Due to the hard work of all these students, our students took first place for the 2nd year in a row and in fact went undefeated, so that's pretty amazing. On the more academic side of things, the 4th and final quarter of the year has just begun. Seniors are already preparing for graduation, and something known as senioritis is spreading throughout the school, even in juniors and sophomores. While many of us have decided our paths after high school, we're still working diligently, such as students finally finishing scheduling for underclassmen and beginning to prepare for their next year or years in high school. Also, NHS induction is coming up for rising seniors, and applications for the Computer Honors Society just released. So as I mentioned, students are remaining busy. And finally, just to be a bit of a human advertisement, if you guys have a chance on April 11th or 12th, go to Penn West and watch robotics competition. Thank you.
Will you be at Penn West on the 11th? I thought so. Okay. Just checking. Okay. The next item on the agenda is to approve, to accept the resignation of Board Director Mr. Devin Adams for the remainder of his term to expire on Monday, December 1st, 2025. I want to open the the floor first for any discussion and question and for us to walk through what this will look like. Ms. Macker, do you have that pulled up there? Yep, okay, perfect. So just to talk this through for the public and for the board, if there are any questions so that Mr. Dice and Dr. Walsh or myself, we can answer those about this. So on Saturday, March 15th, we received Mr. Adams' resignation letter. He sent it on Monday, March 17th, which was the first business day for that receipt to happen. His resignation letter was received and the 30-day deadline to fill the vacancy begins. On Tuesday, March 25th, which is today, we're announcing that vacancy at the board meeting with details of how to submit the letter of interest and that we are accepting that resignation during our meeting. On tomorrow, the advertisement will run in the Valley News Dispatch and the Trib Live online legals for 3 days. On Wednesday, April 2nd at 3 o'clock, which is the close of business day for our school district, the deadline to receive all letters of interest will pass. On Tuesday, April 8th, we will conduct public in-person interviews at 6 p.m. That's normally when we have an exec session. If there's time between 6 and 7, we'll start our executive session just for the board to understand. And then if we need to finish executive session or finish voting on who the candidate would be, we'll do that after the discussion meeting. We did that just to be courteous to those who would be interviewing and then kind of adjust our schedules accordingly. And then the regular discussion meeting will happen to follow on Wednesday, April 16th. We were already having our HDG presentation, so we'll start that meeting with a special vote to accept the candidate and then, or the new board member at that point, and then we'll move directly into like 5 minutes later into the HDG presentation. And then Tuesday, April 22nd will be our normal action voting meeting, and that will be the first board meeting for that new member to attend. Are there any questions on that timeline or discussion from board members?
I have a question and something for consideration because the spot technically needs filled on that date, right, on the 16th. What would it harm to swear a board member in and then be a part of the conversation since it's such a large project and presentation that we are seeing? And if we're going to have any kind of executive session or anything in between there, like I feel like that.
I think it would just matter.
Is not going beyond 30 days at that point. And what does that harm to have that person be a part of the dialogue here instead of sitting out there and not being able to ask any questions? Because at the end of the day, those are votes that individual has to be able to take.
I think the answer to that is they won't have been sworn in by Magistrate Doyle at that point, correct?
So couldn't he just come?
If he came, if he wasn't able to come, I think that's something that would have to happen, correct?
Yeah, that's something that would have to happen, but I think if that's the will of this board, that can probably be arranged to have Judge Doyle here, so absolutely.
Yeah, if he could. If he couldn't do that, that would just be the official piece that has to occur before they could sit as a board member.
Right, yeah, I just think there's large decisions being made, and that individual would sit in a different position to be able to ask those questions because that's a vote that that person will need to take.
I think that's just contingent on the magistrate. Any other questions? Any other concerns? Okay. Then, do we have anyone who will make the motion?
I'll make the motion.
I'll second.
All those in favor? Aye. Any opposed? Any abstentions? Okay. Moving on to academic achievement and activities, myself, lead board liaison. On behalf of the board, I recommend approval to accept and resolve the following 1 to 8 as listed. Do we have a second?
I'll second.
All those in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Any abstentions? Okay, I don't have a report for this evening. Community engagement, inclusion, and outreach, Dr. Richardson, lead board liaison. Do you have a report for this evening?
Yeah, so last week we did have our first comprehensive plan steering committee meeting. This group is 29 individuals. It's a well-rounded group that's made up of students, teachers, support staff, administrators, parents, community members, and business partners. We spent some time talking about the comprehensive plan, looking at national research, best practices, and examples of how strong planning can drive real progress in schools. And from there, we had some conversation talking about some big picture goals, what those members would like to see from the school district. Everyone was really invested. We had some good conversation, bringing a lot of different perspectives to the table, especially the students. It was nice to have like that fresh perspective of really what they want to see coming out of school. We'll meet again in April to continue building that foundation. And this is a long-term living process, so we'll continue to refine our goals and resources and efforts as needed.
Thank you. Next, finance, Mr. Stropke, lead board liaison.
On behalf of the board, I recommend to approve items 1 and 2.
Second.
All those in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Any abstentions? Do you have a report for this evening?
Just real quick, I just want to congratulate all those this evening who were recognized. It's awesome to see the achievement of so many students from elementary school through high school, from academic achievements, music department, and athletics. As a board member, I'm proud to see what our students have accomplished. On the finance side, earlier this month at the budget workshop, Mr. Manzer presented us some preliminary numbers as we move forward with the 25-26 school year budget. He and his team, along with the administration, has worked diligently to present this board with a fiscal responsible budget. I appreciate all the hard work being done to keep an increase at a minimum without making any significant changes to the education of our students. There will be more updates next month as we move forward the budget process in April.
Thank you. Next, Forbes Road CTC, Ms. Chudderwitz, lead board liaison.
I just have a quick report. As we noticed from earlier, we had several students that were recognized tonight, and it was such a great opportunity to see them shine, from the Honor Society to the Life Skills Competition. And for those who aren't familiar with that competition, that is the National Career Readiness Competition that took place in Atlanta, Georgia. So our students are achieving some wonderful things. And on the March 13th, I did have an opportunity to attend the open house at Forbes, where I got to see firsthand the great learning that does take place there. Everything from vet tech services with a 12-month-old Bernese Mountain puppy to HVAC and cosmetology, where I got to actually vote in the students that were doing some updos. So just a quick congratulations to all of our students for their hard work and their achievements. That's all I have.
Thank you. Next up, intergovernmental, Mr. Stropke and Ms. Arendt, co-lead board liaisons. Do you have a report for tonight?
No report tonight.
Okay, thank you. Legislative, Ms. Stepnick, lead board liaison.
I do have a report, and I believe all of you have it in your emails as well. The reminder of the AIU meet the candidates for our AIU board members, but also immediately following that, meet the candidates. And you can also dial in, you just have to register to get the link so they know to send it to you. But we have our legislative forum, and I believe there's 8 legislators, they said last night, that are confirmed to be there. So I'm looking forward to some good dialogue on Thursday night, and some great student features in terms of snacks and goodies. And so it should be a fun night, and hopefully a good dialogue, and we can get some direction on what's happening at the state level. So I encourage all of you to participate, and if you have questions, you can send them to me, because I'll be sitting there and I'll happily, submit them.
Perfect, thank you. Next up is operations. Mr. Adams was the lead board liaison, so on his behalf, I will recommend approval to accept and resolve the following 1 to 6 as listed.
Second.
All those in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Any abstentions? Okay. And, you had a quick report for him, I'm sorry, go for it.
I have a report for Mr. Adams. The Transportation Department has installed tablets in all of our buses that utilize the routing software TransFinder. This system will provide updated and accurate information regarding student rosters and routing information to our bus drivers. That's all I have.
Thank you, that's a wonderful update. Personnel, Mr. Caligiuri, lead board liaison.
Yeah, on behalf of the board, I'll recommend approval to accept and resolve the items 1 through 4 as listed.
All those in favor?
Is there a second?
Oh, I'm sorry, I need a
I'll
second.
second. That's all right, I got it. A second.
Okay, and I know there's a couple that might have to call out different things, but all those in favor?
Aye.
All those opposed? Any abstentions or any opposed to specific numbers? And I'll say first that I need to abstain as a relative to item 2E. Any others?
That's true. I'm, due to a lack of questions that I still would like to have answers to, I'm a no to item 4, 6, based on the spreadsheet. It says 7, but 6.
Yeah. I don't know how you want to do that, Ms. Macro, but it's to row 7 in the coaches list spreadsheet.
I wish I could support it, but I have questions still that are not answered.
Yeah, and I'm gonna take a different route, but it's the same method. I'm just gonna abstain because I feel that we need a better understanding of how things work with regard to those specific types of hirings to make sure we're getting the best candidate. So I've asked for a 30-day extension on the approvals, but not everybody's in agreement, and that's how this works. So I understand that, and I appreciate them for taking the time to listen to my reasoning.
Okay, any others? Okay. Do you have a report for this evening?
I don't, but excuse me, I don't, but I want to definitely echo what you said about Mr. Adams. He was a wonderful school board member to collaborate with. What I most appreciated about him was he was willing to listen to everything, and when he spoke, it was poignant. And it was educated and elevated, and it helped us. So I think he definitely would be missed, but I'm really happy for his family, so that's most important.
Thank you. Next up, policy, Ms. Ahrens, lead board liaison. You got it?
Yeah.
So on behalf of the board, I'll recommend approval to revise draft policy 209.3, first aid standing orders.
Second.
I think Ms. Chudderwood's got it first for you.
I'm sorry.
She was far from her.
I thought I hit
mic.
my
That's
mic
okay.
before and it didn't turn on, so there we go.
All those in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Any abstentions? Do you have a report for this evening?
report.
Okay, thank you. Projects and planning, Dr. Richardson, no longer lead board liaison, you are the lead board liaison.
Recommend approval to adopt and resolve the policies 1 to 2 as listed below.
I'll second.
All those in favor? Any opposed?
No, to 1B.
Okay.
We don't have a project, so I refuse to do a
Got
contract.
that? And then any abstentions? Do you have a report for this evening?
I think we basically said everything. We're having the special board meeting on April 16th. We did have, continue with the biweekly meetings with HDG architects regarding the O Block Elementary and Middle School projects. that we're working on, topics.
Well, when we have a
discussed-
contract with a project, I'll vote on the contract, but no project.
We're
so.
continuing to meet with them, and topics discussed included the exterior doors and windows and the site permitting process. HDG, along with Ms. Schaefer, hosted a pre-bid walkthrough of the middle school HVAC controls and dust collector projects on March 19th.
That's
Thank
exciting.
you. All right. Next up, Student Services, Mrs. Stepnick, Lead Board Liaison.
On behalf of the board, I make the recommendation to approve and accept and resolve the AHN confidentiality agreement as it relates to the Chill Mobile project to start 25-26 school year, an anticipated cost of $33,000 to be paid for by the PCCD grant. I'm super excited for that.
I'll second.
Thank you.
I want to see it.
All those in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Any abstentions? Do you have a report for this evening?
Very brief. Dr. Thomas and I are arranging to get back to our advisory group for our student services to continue working through findings and improvement plans to keep, working through our documentation. So in 3 years, it's a consistent work in progress. And so now that he's here and adjusted, so we should have that meeting sometime coming up in April, hopefully, with our calendars aligned. So we'll have a report on the progress of that. And so hopefully in 3 years, it's not as daunting of a task, but also we continuously find room for improvement.
Absolutely, thank you. Okay, upcoming public meetings, board discussion meeting Tuesday, April 8th, board special discussion and voting meeting Tuesday, April 16th, and an action meeting Tuesday, April 22nd. Do we have a motion to adjourn?
I'll make that motion.
Second.
All those in favor? Aye. Any opposed, any abstentions? We're done.